And I believe the recording has started. So I would like to welcome everyone on today's EBSCO public webinar. We're entering a new season of public webinars, and this is the first episode where I will cover eBooks because there were some updates, some changes, and I have some new information on this topic. Just to briefly introduce myself, in case we haven't met before, my name is Tibor Foltinsky. I'm a trainer at EBSCO, and I have now celebrated my 2 years anniversary at this company. I'm based in Prague, Czech Republic, and before joining EBSCO, I spent many years in the information technology sector. So a very warm welcome to this session, which will have the following agenda. In the first part, I will, as usual, show you a couple of slides, and I will speak about what kind of acquisition or purchase models we have for ebooks and what are some specifics there when it gets to the usage. I will also detailedly explain how the publisher limits for downloading parts of an ebook, for downloading certain pages from an ebook work. I will also show you what could be the potential pitfalls when you would be downloading chapters into PDF format. And of course, I will present you what are the new accessibility features on ebooks, which are related to the European Accessibility Act. I will also show you how you can now work with ebooks on mobile devices. Then I will, if we have time left, do a live demo where we'll do some searching and working with ebooks on the EBSCO host platform or EBSCO Discovery Service, but the ebook reader, which I will be showing you, works pretty similar there. And of course, there will be time allocated for your questions at the end of the session. But in case you would have any questions during the webinar, the chat should be enabled for everybody now. Let me just verify that. Yes, you should be able to type in the chat. So please feel free to post any questions during the webinar, and in case time allows me, I will answer right away. All right, so let's start off with the acquisition models. We do have free acquisition models, which are being used frequently across our territory. So we have one user copy, one book, one user copy. So that works pretty much the same as a physical ebook. So that means there's one license for the ebook, and in case somebody is reading that ebook, no one else has access to it. It works similarly with the free user models. So that would work like free user copies. And then we have something called unlimited user access. This would apply for all of our subscription collections. So in case your institution is subscribing maybe to the business ebook collection or to the academic ebook collection. So all titles in our subscription collection have unlimited user access. But also for most of the ebooks, this purchase model should be also available for individual purchases. Uh, so what happens in case somebody is viewing an ebook in the ebook viewer or ebook reader on our platforms and someone else wants to access? So you will see this message on the bibliographic record. So you'll see how many copies are available. So here on this snippet, you see there's no copy left because I used an ebook with a one user model when making this snippet. And in case somebody would like to access the ebook viewer or the full text, then they would get this type of message: ebook in use. So all copies are already in use by other users. Please try again later. There are some details I would like to share here because what happens that in case somebody accesses the full text or the ebook viewer, that's the same thing, the ebooks or the ebook gets checked out for 30 minutes, or more specifically, it gets checked out. So that means no one else can access. But after 30 minutes of inactivity, the book gets released. So this is for cases when somebody would, let's say, open the full text of an ebook and leave the computer, keep the browser open with the ebook viewer. So in order that the ebook is not blocked from other users, after 30 minutes of inactivity, it will get automatically released, and the user who had the ebook initially opened will get this message, which you see here on this slide in the bottom right. Your reading session has expired. But in case somebody who is viewing the full text would close the browser window or leave the full text, go back to the search in the platform or to the bibliographic record, simply when the full text is left, then the ebook gets released immediately. Now on the publisher permissions to download a certain part of an ebook. So you will see on the bibliographic record, you will see this information, how many pages are allowed to be printed or downloaded or sent by email. So usually this limit ranges from 15, that's the minimum which I have seen on any given title of our ebooks, and the maximum which I have seen is 100. So the limit ranges between 15 and 100. And if you use up the whole limit, so that means you download all the 100 pages or all the 15 pages, depending on the limit, of course, the limit gets reset after or in two conditions. In case user manually logs out of the platform, successfully logs out of the platform, and then log backs in, then the limit is reset. And again, they can download the whole limit of pages again. And in case somebody would just leave the computer on, so after 24 hours, that's the default timeout of the new versions of our platforms, which are using from the last year, I think. So after 24 hours of inactivity, there will be a standard sign off, default sign off due to inactivity, and that means the limit will get reset as well. In case you are a member of usually a larger institution and your institution is using some kind of a federative authentication method like Shibboleth, EasyProxy, Open Athens, the default timeout could be shorter time. That is entirely dependent on your setup, the setup of your institution, or the setup of the default timeout from the platform. So it doesn't necessarily have to be these 24 hours in case you are using some kind of remote access, which is specific for your institution. And what is important, the limit is applied on user level, not on the institutional level or the profile level. So that means if one user from an institution uses up the whole limit, it doesn't mean that a second user or third user will see that the limit has been reached. So this is at user level, so computer level. So that's an important thing. And in case for some reason the limit did not reset after the successful logout, it should reset. But in case it doesn't, there may be some cookies stuck in your computer. So try to delete the browser cache and cookies, or cache could be, the ebook could be cached somewhere on your computer. So try clearing the cache and cookies, and then try to sign on the platform again, and the limit should be reset. So how do you actually manually log out of our platforms? So there are two situations here. One is when you are signed into your EBSCO account, and the second one is what you see here on this slide when you are not signed in to your EBSCO account. So in the top right of the screen on our platforms, you should see this gray EBSCO. So if you click on that, you should get this window where you see sign into EBSCO. So that, of course, indicates that you are not signed into your EBSCO account. So then you should use this button at the bottom. institutional logout. So that should take you out of the platform. This situation would mostly occur um, when you are signed on to our platform through the campus network, through the institutional network, or let's say the library Wi-Fi or the university Wi-Fi. So then you have something called an anonymous login. So that doesn't sign you into your My EBSCO automatically. You would have to do that yourself. So in case you have signed on to our platforms for your campus network, you're usually not signed into My EBSCO, and you can use this institutional logout button. The second option is, or the second situation is, that you are signed into your My EBSCO account. This would actually happen for most of these federative authentication methods, because usually it's not a rule, but usually there is automatically a My EBSCO account assigned to your remote access credentials. So, of course, you would see this information again when you click on My EBSCO in the top right corner, and you will see the button Sign Out of My EBSCO. So the other option is, of course, to click on that button, but it may happen that you would still see the platform. So you would be sign on anonymously then, as on the previous slide. So in this case, just proceed with that institutional logout button. So you have to do 2 steps to be sign out properly from the platform, and then the limit should reset. So you should be able to download another set of pages up to the publisher limit. So let me just move forward. Now, how to download a part of a ebook or a chapter or a concrete set of pages. So you see these 2 buttons, either the download button or the top right. There's this icon with a arrow pointing down. So that's it will open the same dialog box, this one, where you can either choose a custom page range or you can choose a specific chapter. But it can happen that if you select the custom page range and you put in 1, that you get this type of message. It's not an error message. It means that that title have the first page, the cover, is not counted as a real page. So in these cases, if you put in 1 and you see 1 is not a valid page number, then just put in 2, because number 2 will be the first page on that title. If you navigate to the ebook viewer or to the full text, you should see also the download button. But here's one thing specific. If you are in the EPUB format, because we have 2 formats for ebook, we have PDFs and we have EPUBs. The PDFs are better for citing because they have fixed page numbers, whereas the EPUBs are better for mobile devices, tablets, or laptops with a small screen, because they have something called a reflowable text. But what they don't have are page numbers. So you can't download a custom page range when you are at the EPUB format in the ebook reader. You can download the current page, or you can download by chapter. So this is just a heads up how to proceed in case you don't see this custom page range. And what can happen is, let's say the publisher limit for page downloading is the lowest, so that means 15. So the chapter could have more than 15 pages. So how to proceed then? Go to the table of contents, and you can then open the individual chapters and their sub-chapters. So there you should be able to download the sub-chapters, which should have usually less pages than the publisher limit. But still, in case they do have more pages than the publisher limit is, then you have either the option to download the individual page or the page you are viewing. So you have to download per page, or you can access the PDF version, and there you have the custom page range already, or you can start downloading part of the ebook from that bibliographic record. Now, DRM-free ebooks, digital rights management free ebooks, you will spot them because among the permissions section in the bibliographic record, you will see always unlimited copies available. So that would be valid for all DRM-free ebooks, as well as unlimited pages available. So basically, DRM-free ebooks you can download as a whole into PDF into your computer. And also, if you scroll a little bit lower in the bibliographic record, there is information DRM-free, yes or no. So of course, for DRM-free ebooks, it will be yes. Now the European Accessibility Act features, which we implemented during the summer to comply with this act. So this icon with the A or lowercase a and a capital A, you will see this icon only for EPUBs, because in EPUBs, as I said, they had reflowable text, but not only that, in EPUBs, you can adjust the font size, the character spacing, word spacing, and the line spacing. So you will see this icon only with EPUBs. Whereas the text-to-speech feature, you will see that both for PDFs and for EPUBs. So you can have the ebook read out for you. That will be AI feature. So there will be AI reading out the text for you. So once again, this is available both for EPUBs and PDFs. The last icon on the very right, in the top right corner of the ebook viewer. By the way, you will see also this icon for journal articles, so not only for ebook. This is the accessible content support. So let's say the ebook would be available only in EPUB or only in PDF. So in case you are challenged with your site and you would have problems reading the format which is available for that specific title, you can request an alternative format. So if it is EPUB, you can ask for PDF and vice versa, or even Microsoft Word. So that's the accessibility feature. One small trick, if you would like to search for an ebook by format, you can add this Boolean operator and space FM and space and then either EK or EB. So if you add this after your search terms, you will retrieve a result list where there is only, or where there are only EPUBs or only PDFs. In case you would be searching for a phrase like artificial intelligence, or you would be combining keywords with Boolean operators, I recommend putting this in parentheses, in brackets, and then add this code and FM and either EK or EB. Then this search will work properly. So you see the example on the screen. Now, mobile devices. Maybe you have already noticed that in the EBSCO mobile app, if you access a detailed record of an ebook, you will see this message: temporarily unavailable. Ebook viewing is temporarily unavailable as we implement accessibility improvements. We appreciate your patience during the process. Thank you for that, because we need to implement all these accessibility features, which I have shown you on the EPUB, also into the mobile app. So currently you can't view the full text of an ebook in the mobile app, but you can fully view the ebook in the browser of your mobile device. By the way, in the mobile device, if you access our platform in the browser, as I mentioned, our platforms have now this responsive design. So you will have all the features available which you know from the desktop. You will also have them available in your mobile browser. So you can use all the features which you are used to on the computer. And we hope that way earlier, but the deadline is before this year, end of this year, we want to at least implement a link into the detailed record of an ebook into the mobile app. So that should take the reader into the browser, so they can read the full text in the browser at least. So that would be it with the slides. We have 10 minutes left or 8 minutes left. So let me do a quick demo. So hopefully you should be able to see my browser now. Let me run a search here. I just need maybe to refresh because I had this open for a while. So the suggestions did not appear. As you see, after free letters, free characters, there'll be search suggestions for you. By the way, these are based on all searches across all our platforms by all our users and all our databases. So let me run this artificial intelligence or AI or A.I. And I received the result list. And what I wanted to show you here on the result list, notice some ebooks have access options. So if you see access options, that means both PDF and EPUB formats are available. And check this icon of PDF and icon of EPUB, because if I scroll a little bit down, I see here access now ebook, and there is this icon for PDF. So that means this ebook has only PDF version. This one too. So let me now show you how you can actually run the search for a specific format. So I need to add this and FMEB. And now all the ebooks should have, which one was that? Just a moment. That for EB is PDFs. So all those should have PDFs, at least. There will be some that will also have HTML or EPUB, but all of those on the result list should have PDFs. Whereas if I put in EK, now there should be always EPUB. Access options, that means both versions are available. And this one, we see the EPUB icon here. So this is how you can search for a specific format. Let me now sign into my EBSCO. Currently, I'm not signed into my EBSCO. So here, if I click on my EBSCO, I see this sign in. By the way, we have this create an account option here. That is very simple. You just fill in a very simple form and you create your My EBSCO account, and you can start using that immediately. But let me just proceed to sign on. Because I do have some ebooks saved in my My EBSCO account. That's, by the way, one of the benefits of having this type of account, because you're able to save items or create projects. And I have some ebooks saved here. Each of them have some specifics. For example, this one, this is a DRM-free ebook. So that's why I see unlimited copies, most importantly, unlimited pages available, and download, of course, doesn't expire. I see the available formats, and here is DRM free. Yes, so that means the ebook's DRM free, and I can basically go and download all the pages of the ebook. I think this ebook has 299 pages, so I can simply put in 1 to 299. Maybe less. Okay, so 270 maybe. Yeah, and so depending on how many pages this ebook has, of course, I would find this out if I go to access option, PDF, and see, oh, 281 it was. So then I can download the whole thing into my computer and keep it forever. Let me show you a non-DRM free ebook. So that will be the one which I had on my slides. I think that was this one. So here we see the page limit, and we see DRM free no. By the way, in the detailed record, all these subjects or everything that you see in blue, that is hyperlinked. So that means you can just click on the category and a search will be executed against that category. Let me now access the full text. I will show you the EPUB full text, or the ebook viewer, as I might be calling it. I'll just hide this message because also on journal full text, or not only on ebook full text, you'll have this warning that the full text may include some link that would take you out of this platform. So that was the message about. So here, what we can do, we can save this ebook into saved items. So if you would like to see it in your saved items, next time, please be sure that you are signed into your My EBSCO when doing this. You can cite the ebook. So this works similarly as with citing academic articles or any articles or any full text basically on our platforms. So you can choose one of those styles. And if you change that, you see how the reference changed. You can copy that to clipboard and paste it anywhere you like. For advanced users who are working with citation tools, they can export citation into those tools. Here's sharing. So you can create something called a persistent link or permalink. So let's say I would like to share this ebook with someone, of course, with someone who has the same access model as I do. So I can then simply copy this link to clipboard and paste it into my email, WhatsApp, any means of communication, basically. Now, download. Here I can download the chapters or only some current page because I'm at EPUB now, so I don't see the page range, or I can only download the metadata in one of those 6 formats. I can do a keyword search in the ebook. And here are the accessibility features, which may be better demonstrated on a page where there's some text. So here the font size, character spacing, word spacing, airy, compact, line spacing, text to speech. And in case this ebook would have only one format, or neither PDF nor EPUB would work for me, I can here request Microsoft Word, for example, and it will take 3 to 5 business days before this full text is delivered to me. Let me now just show you how it works with let me download some chapter here, 15 pages. See download. And let me close this. Actually, open automatically on my side. You didn't see that. But now if I go to download again, we see now the page limit is only 85. So you need to proceed with this sign off. Let me sign out of my EBSCO. And I have to do this institutional logout. Now let me sign back on. I will sign on directly with my EBSCO credentials because this is my training account, so I can sign on directly with my EBSCO credentials. If I go to saved items again, go to this ebook, download, I see 100 again. So this is how you can reset the limit in case you have used up all the pages of an ebook. And basically, because this European Accessibility Act, the downloading to Adobe Digital Editions is no longer possible. This is now the only way how you can check out the ebook. So if you would like to read it offline, this is the only option. You cannot use Adobe Digital Editions anymore because Adobe Digital Editions did not comply the EAA. So we're running out of time. So let me just quickly take my mobile device and I will try to show you how you can work with eBooks on the mobile device. So hopefully you should be able to see my screen now, and hopefully I will still have. All right, so my browser open. So here's the mobile version of EBSCO. So you see it's a responsive design. So you can have, you see your dashboard here on the left, and if I go to save, do I have anything saved? Or it's easier for me maybe to work this way, in a portrait way. So here I see the eBooks. Let me open the one which I have been showing you. You can, by the way, start putting your questions in the chat, because this is a very quick demo. As you see, everything looks almost the same as on the computer, just the screen size or the display size is the limitation. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, all features are there. And here are access options. I can choose PDF or EPUB. Let me choose PDF this time. And I will get to the full text, and all the features which I have shown you are here. Just please notice this is PDF format, so I don't see these settings for the line spacing, character spacing, and word spacing, because PDFs are hard-coded, so you can't change the structure of the text there, whereas with EPUBs, you can. So that's it from me now. Let me just go back to the slide deck, because there are some useful resources on the almost last slide. And here's the quick start guide for eBooks. So everything I've shown you today and way more, and in way more detail, is described here in short tutorials. Also, there's a link to the accessible content remediation request. So that's the part when you are requesting a alternate format, exactly how that works. Session handling in the EBSCO interfaces, because they are not new really anymore. We're using them since the last year, but that's not the classic version which we were using the previous 20 years. So session handling, that's the important part, when where's the timeout information, sign out information, because that resets the limit for page downloading. And also I have included a link to our Academy, or to our knowledge base EBSCO Connect, how you can search for ebooks by format, but you can simply follow what I have been showing you. So now it's indeed room for questions. By the way, these two QR codes, the one on the right will take you to our YouTube channel, EBSCO Tutorials. So in case you're interested in some features, or get to know our platforms, or some tricks how to work on our platforms, you can access this YouTube channels. It's being updated regularly, so there are plenty of videos, plenty of tutorials there. Or there's the Facebook page for the Central and Southeast Europe, which is my region. So there is also information on some news or some updates. So you can follow that Facebook page if you want to stay up to date with our latest releases, updates, enhancements. So are there any questions? By the way, you will be receiving an email from me today, where you will receive a link to the recording of this session, as well as this slide deck. So in case you would have any questions later, you can just reply to those post-training materials, and usually respond if I'm not traveling or all day in webinars or conferences. Then I usually respond pretty quickly. So in case any questions arise later, you can feel free to reach out to me. As well, in case your institution would be interested in a tailored, targeted training for your institution, for your users, end users, for your academicians, researchers, you name it. So, of course, you can also reply to my post-training materials. And in case you have an active subscription or a trial open, maybe, then we can set up some training for you or an online training for you. I don't see any questions. Yeah, the chat should be okay. So in that case, I will now close this webinar. I would like to thank you for your attention and participation. In case you're watching the recording, thank you for watching as well. And I hope to see you on our next webinar or public webinar. So thanks all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.